When you are shopping for a single-family home, those with a rental in the back, or what I guess you'd call a mother-in-law unit, some would call it that, really can be attractive because the rental income could help you pay the mortgage. But make sure you check on the zoning, as that could impact what you can and can't do. Now, Kathy Grindle, a realtor with Coldwell Banker, is here to help us understand. Kathy, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Dan.
Yeah, so zoning, I mean, you see all these numbers, R5, R10. What does that basically mean when you look at that zoning?
Well, basically, if you have R5 zoning, you need 5,000 square feet of land per residence. If you have R5 zoning and you have 10,000 square feet of land, then you may be able to have 2 dwellings on the property.
But the zoning can also impact, I guess, what you can and can't do after you buy it. It can change what is allowed, right?
That's true. There, you may purchase a property that has a use that's sort of grandfathered in, like a duplex or a B&B or a TVU, which is a transient vacation unit.
Right.
When you purchase the property, it may have that, but if you want to make changes later, you could lose that status.
So that status could be grandfathered, but you lose it when you start making those changes, typically?
Well, the city and county wants everything to come into conformity. So if you have a residential neighborhood and you have one of these grandfathered uses, they basically would like it to, if you make changes to the property, they want it to come back in and be in conformity with the rest of the neighborhood. So if you have a B&B, for instance, and you want to change something or add square footage, you could lose that non-conforming use permit.
To use.
Yeah.
So that zoning is something you definitely want to know about, and you want to check with a realtor to research that for you and understand what you can and can do after you take ownership. Now, there is a property we wanted to show you that this is in Lanikai, which this is a property that was impacted in that way, right?
Well, yeah, a little bit. It was built in the 30s, and so at that time, duplex was an okay thing to have in Lanikai.
It looks beautiful.
Oh, it's a terrific property. So it's owned by an architect, and when the architect went and wanted to restore this lovely vintage home, they had to bring it into conformity. So now it is a single-family home as opposed to a duplex. It's still kind of set up like a duplex,
right,
but you have to call it something different. So the space downstairs is now called a rec room, and what used to be a kitchen is a kitchenette.
Well,
it's a terrific home.
Obviously, they did a nice job of retaining that vintage
views.
look from what,
Yeah.
1938?
1938, and it's really a wonderful property. He did a fabulous job of bringing it up to modern standards with high-end appliances.
Looks nice.
And yeah, it's really fabulous.
You know, we're out of time, but let me ask you quickly, what is that listed for?
It's listed for $1,495,000.
In
Yeah,
Lanikai.
it's the lowest price view property
Really?
in Lanikai. Yes.
Kathy, thank you so much for coming in. Kathy Grindle, a realtor with Coldwell Banker, helping us understand how zoning can impact the property you buy.